4.3.9, this will be the third video, which will do a full program using both looping and branching. And we're going to switch from a soccer tournament to a basketball game. And we'll keep track of the number of points. So, let's see. First of all, we better put in our B reader, because we know we're going to need it for input from the user. The user's going to type in, just scored a point, team 1, just scored a point, team 2, stuff like that. So, and we'll do everything within the same method here to keep it focused on loops and branching. So, what are we going to need? I suppose we're going to need the two teams' scores. They can be ints. Starts at 0. Both. So we'll want a while loop to continue inputting things as long as the game is still on. So we will need a variable which keeps track of whether the game is still on or not. And we'll start it at true, so the while loop can continue. Alright, so while. What will we ask? It'll be the points that the person will have to report. So, how about this? Have points just been scored? False. Bring that in as a Boolean. And we'll probably have to do one more thing here, since we're inputting stuff. So, right, we run it, and let's just even run it at this point. Well, I think no errors, and there's only one thing. Have points just been scored? True, false. We'll type true. So, if points just scored, then the next question will be, well, which team scored them? And what we want to type in, we'll say team A or team B. Type A/B. I think they'll understand that. So, if, well, actually, let's bring it in as a variable. String team who scored. Just a straightforward br.readline. We don't need to convert it because readline brings in a string, and this is a string to which we are assigning it. So, the other thing, we don't want to make it too complicated, but in basketball there are 2-pointers and 3-pointers, so I guess we better ask. Sout, was it, I don't even know how to talk about this in basketball, so we'll just say a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. Type 2/3. And we bring that in, and you may be thinking, oh, we bring that in as an int, and we don't need to. We could bring it in as a string, but bringing it in as an int actually would work. So let's do it. Int points to add So now we know who scored it, and we know the number of points to add. So we will go inside this if, which you haven't seen before, if you're just following through serially with a series, that you can have a branch within a branch, just like trees, right? So we're going to go inside this if points have just been scored, if the team who scored, I'm pretty sure right now is another thing that you might not have seen before. This is a way to check equality between strings. Dot equals. We don't do between strings equals equals. We do that when comparing integers and real numbers, but this is the way that it works for comparing strings. If team who scored dot equals. And you know what? Let's go ignore case 2. You might as well get this right off the bat too. Because they're typing A or B, well, what if they have the caps lock on and they type capital A and capital B? Well, capital A is not the same thing as a small a, so let's go if team who scored equals ignore case, as in ignore whether it's uppercase or lowercase, capital or not capital. Ignore case A. Then we're going to assume team, let's change it to team A and team B, just to be consistent. So in that case, team A score goes plus, something you might not have seen either, but I referred to it before, not just plus plus, but plus equals points to add, which is either going to be 2 or 3. Yeah, that's good. Else, implementing that for the first time, it will be team B, whose points go up by, make sure to change that, the points to add. This is pretty good. We've got our loop and we've got our condition and a condition within a condition. It's a real program. It will work. So that's, I'm pretty happy with this. So let's just go to the, while the game is still on, a point just been scored. A point just scored. Okay. And here we're going to say, before we leave the while loop, is the game continuing? Is the game still on? Sout, is the game still on? True, false. Right. So if they type in false and game still on turns to false, then the game is over. And when the game is over, we will want to, and I should be testing this, by the way, at every point, but I'm pretty confident after years and years of doing this that it's going to work, and I just want to save time with the video. So we'll just finish it and then run it, and hopefully everything will be fine. So at the end of the game, we're going to report Sout. The final score is, let's do it on another line, how about Sout team A colon plus the score and we'll do it all in one line here. So team B score plus comma team B plus B score. Yep, that's good. And we'll end it with a period, make it a sentence. Well, just why not? And we're good. Let's run it. True. A. So let's say A wins 2-1. Okay. Or no, let's say A gets a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer. B gets 2 2-pointers. So A. 2. True. True. A. 3. B. Score is 2. And 2. Oh darn it, I put a 2 there. So let's just see what that does. It's probably going to make the score to be 5-2 because I should have typed in B there, but anyway, so 2 pointer, game's still on, false, 4-4. I'm pretty sure this is correct. I'm not going to pause right now to try to fix it and so on. I think it's just the way that I type stuff in. And I will do one last thing though, and if there is an error, then great, I'll point out in class and we can look at it, but I think it's fine logically. Let's just do one last thing. We'll say who has won, but add in one more if else. We're going to go if, and then we can have if else. Yes, this is good. So if team A score is greater than team B score, Sout team A wins. And then we're going to go else if team A score is less than team B score, Sout team B wins. And if neither of those two are true, it means that the score is tied. So else Sout the game ended in a tie. So there you go. Again, maybe a little logical error in there, but I don't think so. There's a while that continues. If else, sorry, just an if with an if else inside, nested inside, and an if else. So lots there for you to look at. Really good fundamental branching and looping.